Welcome to this demo on how to generate content with AI in account engagement. We're going to be looking at how you can use the Einstein Assistant on list emails, forms and landing pages to generate content. Note that the list emails and landing pages we're going to be looking at are in classic experience only. Explain what the Einstein Assistant is. First of all, let's talk about security. The Einstein system landscape shows how Einstein is baked into the 360 apps. And when using Einstein, the input first goes through the Einstein trust layer before external modules such as OpenAI, before returning the output to you in the app that you're using. In our demo, we're going to be looking at the account engagement app. If you want to find more diagrams like this, you can head to architect.salesforce.com. So taking a look at the Einstein Assistant in the account engagement app, the Einstein Assistant will appear on the right side of the screen on your emails, forms and landing pages. To generate content with Einstein, we need to write something that's called a prompt. A prompt is a natural language text that you use to communicate with an AI. And the more specific you are, the more useful and accurate your results will be. To make sure that the content generated by the Einstein Assistant is useful and relevant, make sure that you're writing clear prompts with specific instructions. We recommend following a structure when writing your prompts. First, introduce the situation, then provide context to help Einstein understand the background, and then provide a clear instruction on what the outcome should be. For example, here's a prompt that we've used throughout this demo to create our email, form and landing page. We provide situation, such as we work for a company called Pursuit and we run events aimed at professionals in the beauty industry. And then we provide context. At our event, we connect beauty pioneers with suppliers, media partners and brand experts who share insights on how to stand out against competition. The event occurs on the 12th to 13th of July 2024 in London at the Olympia building. Now we just need to provide the instruction. Create a registration form for the event to increase registrations. Following this pattern, when you're creating your prompts, make sure that the response you're getting from the Einstein Assistant is useful and relevant for the campaign that you're creating. Using Einstein with list emails. Here we can see on our list email draft the Einstein Assistant window on the right side of the screen. We can use this chat box to help generate content for our email. So let's put in some instruction. Einstein will ask us what we would like to do. Would we like to draft a headline, a paragraph, or a subject line? Let's start off by drafting a headline. We can choose to copy this headline, redraft it, or edit the description that was our instruction for this headline. We've copied our headline, so now we can place it in our email. If you'd like to go into build mode for your email and not use Einstein, we can use the toggle full screen option to make our email builder go full width, and then we can drag our content editor out so that we can have a full screen experience not using Einstein. Going back to Einstein, let's now draft a paragraph. Here's the paragraph Einstein has created for us based on our instruction that we provided. We can choose to copy this, redraft it, or again edit the description to have a different output. Let's redraft this paragraph and see what other option Einstein comes up with. Once you're happy with the content, we can copy this and put it into our email. Now for the final step, let's draft a subject line. Now let's look at using Einstein Assistant with our forms. The assistant will appear on the right side of the screen again. We can paste in our same description to generate some more information. Einstein's generated a form name, which when we click accept, it will auto-populate this into the name input on the screen. And it's also generated potential tags, so we can click on all of them or just one to populate that. We still need to select a campaign as usual. The Einstein Assistant cannot help us with the form field section, so we'll just skip past this bit. But on the look and feel tab, we can use it again. So we'll just select a layout template and then let's use the same description to generate some information. So first up, we're going to generate a headline. And we're just going to take that and put it on the above form content. Also just going to style it. Next, I'm going to generate a paragraph for this to increase my form submissions, and I'm going to copy that over and pop that in the above form content as well. I'm actually just going to copy the register now and put that in my submit button text because of where it is. Einstein is generating some nice call to action style wording, so I'm being lazy and reusing the content from there. We can also use Einstein in the thank you content for our form, so I'm going to use the same description again and draft a paragraph. And obviously, because I'm using the same description, it's generating really similar content for every step of my form. So I'm just going to redraft it again and see if it comes up with anything different. Obviously, I could go back and edit the description instead, but we can take this one and pop that in there. Again, because it's got the opportunity to connect, the same language there, I'm just going to remove that and just leave it as a simple sentence instead. Now let's take a look at using the Einstein Assistant with landing pages. In our landing page experience, again, Einstein Assistant is on the right side of the page. What we're going to do is paste in the same description that we have used throughout this demo. And Einstein will generate for us the name of our page, which I'm going to accept, tags again, which I'm not going to accept, the title for the page, as well as the SEO description for our landing page. So I'm just redrafting the title and I'm going to accept the one I think is best, and I'm going to accept that description as well. Again, we're going to need to select the campaign for this landing page and still do our manual edits. Next, we need to select a form. Einstein can't help with this, so I'm just going to select the one that we created earlier and click next. Again, cannot use Einstein to do the styling, so now we're on our page and I'm pasting in our description again. And we're going to use the same one, and we're going to draft a headline first up. So we can see the content again is really similar to everything that we've generated so far. I'm going to redraft a couple times and get the most suitable one and put it into my landing page. This is one of our landing page templates that we've created, so I'll go back in and edit my images later. I'm going to add another headline for the main body of the page and see if we can get something a little bit different. If not, I might just take what Einstein has generated for me and just tweak it myself. It is really there for inspiration more than anything. I think relying on this for, to create absolutely every bit of content isn't a good way to use this tool. We definitely need to have our own input here. So now I'm just going to get a paragraph to put on the body of the page, and just going to edit the styling and make it look a little bit nicer to read instead of one big paragraph. And now my page is pretty much done. I just need to add my image. Considerations for using the Einstein Assistant. The first consideration is that human input is critical, making sure that you're reviewing the content generated and that it is relevant. In my demo, I used the same description for every asset in my campaign. And while that meant that I was having consistent wording throughout all of my assets and in all of the messaging, we want to make sure that not all of the content is exactly the same. The second thing is contributing to the learning of Einstein. This is a learning model after all. So you can use the thumbs up and thumbs down to feed back to Einstein what is and isn't working in the responses. So if something is too vague or irrelevant or a bad value, we can provide that feedback so that the model can improve. And remember that this feature is really new, so there might be more to come. I'm sure it'll get better over time. But in these early stages, it's really important with these first 2 points that we must review everything that we're copying onto our campaigns and to make sure that the responses are, usable and accurate as well. And the final consideration is to keep the goal in mind. So Einstein knows that, we're generating content for the thank you part of the form versus the above form content, and it'll update our output accordingly, which you'll have seen in the demo as well. However, are we aligned with our business and campaign goals? So thinking about your customer journey and ensuring that nothing's getting missed. And knowing that Einstein is there to help us and not to work for us. So ensuring that we're still using key messaging that's important for our company, and making sure that's in our descriptions as well, that we're putting into the assistant when we're looking to generate content too. Thanks for watching this demo. This is brought to you by Nebula Consulting.